Hey, good morning, family. Pastor Artie here with some manna right here and some coffee. You know what? I'm really heartbroken today. I'm heartbroken because I see people who are in our government who have kind of lost their way. They forgot the oath that they took when they went into office to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You see, when they raise their hand and they put their other hand on the Bible, or whatever it is, they now use the Quran. I forgot who used. It's not going to be long before they put. They might as well have a satanic Bible there. Honestly, because the left, who I call the Luciferian left, are just people who are out for their own selfish gain. You see, when they take that vow, they're vowing to do something. When I was called to the ministry by God, and that's what it was, I was called to the ministry by God. I remember the very day that God spoke to my heart and said that He wanted me to pastor and to be a teacher of the Word. It was something I didn't want to do. But I listened to what God was saying. I wanted to say I gave in. Your arms are just too short to box with God. There's just no way. And I took an oath that I would learn and rightly divide the word of truth according to 2 Timothy 15, I'm sorry. That I would rightly divide the word of truth. And you know what? I've done my best, to the best of my ability over the years. It's been well over 30 years that I've been in ministry. I've been a vocational pastor my whole life. I've worked and earned my own money in order to supply the needs of the ministry. I've never taken a tithe, because tithe is Old Testament law. I've never taken offerings. I've had some people help me out when I've had crisis, but normally it wasn't for the minute. Well, it was. One was from the ministry. I have to take that back. One was, and it was an emergency, and I just really needed to get it taken care of, and somebody helped me out in that respect, and I was very, very thankful for that. And that's probably about the only time I ever took anything from anybody in a love offering. I don't do it. I don't need them to help me pay my rent. I don't need them to help me put clothes on my back or food in my belly. I'm perfectly capable of that. I'm a big boy. So I've worked. I've been a vocational pastor. I don't write books. I don't write songs. I don't sell music. I don't sell CDs. I do everything on my own, because that's the vow I took before God, that I would do it God's way, the way that Paul was instructed. For I know the toil of your hands day and night, so that we would not become a burden upon the church. I hold true to that. I don't want to be a burden to you. I want to give you the word of truth. But our politicians today, they take an oath, not that same oath, but they take an oath to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. But it just seems that lately the Luciferian left is the domestic enemy of the Constitution. You see, they take it apart. They want to destroy it. They don't care about that flag back there. They really don't. Notice 90% of them don't even have a flag lapel pin on. They rather wear little, pins and stuff of all other kind of junk that means nothing to the Americans, nothing to we the people. But, I was taken aback by that, because a lot of them, they have their own YouTube stores or their online stores where they're selling sweatshirts, and people who proclaim themselves to be socialists are total capitalists. And so to me, when I look at the Luciferian left in our government, local and federal, I look and I see just a group of hypocrites all trying to run a country their way and not the way that we would like them to do it. And it's sad, because see, they took an oath. They vowed. Go with me to Matthew chapter 5, and starting in verse 31 through 48, it talks about divorce. And when you get married, you vow a vow. And it says if you're going to vow a vow, vow a vow. But if you're not going to vow that, don't vow the vow. It's better not to do something like that. But it tells us in verse 37, and here's what I'm getting at. It says, let your communication be yea, 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 nay, nay, for whosoever is more than these cometh of evil. Cometh of evil. I love that part. But in other translations, it says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. You see, when people say, well, let your yes be yes and your no be no, they're quoting the Word of God. They're quoting, Matthew 5:37. That's what they're quoting. And basically what Jesus was telling his disciples, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Mean what you say what you mean, and mean what you say. Period. Period. Don't try to do something different. But see, when they swear that oath, they put their left hand on the Bible or whatever book they have, and it's not going to be long before they have a satanic Bible in there, and they ought to, because the Luciferian left is just a bunch of, puppets of Satan anyway. They say, oh, we go to church. By your fruits you shall know them. Think about it. When they're into it for themselves and not for we the people, then they're for themselves, which is selfishness, which is a sin, which is falling into the realm of being controlled by Satan. So, having said that, are you tired of watching politicians, whether they're Democrat or Republican, independent or liberal, or what's the other one? Independents or libertarians? It doesn't matter. Everybody makes mistakes, and everybody has their flesh, and they give into it sometimes. So, do we forgive them? Sure, I want to forgive them, but I want them to stop, just like when Jesus told the woman at the well, go and sin no more. Stop it. What you're doing, quit it. Stop. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what you vowed to do. And that's to work for we the people. You see, politicians, you guys are public servants. You are not islands unto yourselves. And that's what you think you are. There was a thing in the New York Times today that had, our Governor Newsom and all these other political hacks who are running states. And it says, do what I say, not as I do. And, they've all taken trips and gone places. Newsom went to Hawaii. This other guy went to Cabo and did a video to say, stay at home, protect yourself, and protect us from the COVID virus. What a bunch of flippin' hypocrites. Don't meet, it seems like they're like the ACLU. The only rights they're taking away are your rights, and they're good at it, and they want to do it, and it's time for us. I love what that one guy who runs a little, coffee shop back in Michigan, he said, what was it? Something about standing up to it, and fighting for it, and that's what we need to do. We need to stand up and fight for what we believe. It's time for the silent majority to finally wake up. Are you a roaring lion, or are you a mouse? Me, I'm not a mouse. You see, like I tell you the truth. I'm a pastor with an attitude. I'm going to say what's on my mind, and I'm going to mean what I say when I tell you. If you don't have things going right in your life, that's because you're not reading this word and you're not praying. You want to get things going, you need to read the word and start praying. Another thing is know what you believe and who you are. You see, in my Bible, I keep a copy of the Constitution because I like to read it. I like to know what my rights are, and I like to defend those rights against all enemies, foreign, and basically all the domestics, the Luciferian left. They don't care about this little book. They don't care about that document that was written. This came from this. So this means a lot to me, just like this, because it's what governed us. Today, family, Don't let the wool get pulled over your eyes. Understand those that have vowed vows and kept their fingers crossed behind their back as they raised their hand. They had no meaning of even keeping that vow. They were lying to you. They are a bunch of hypocrites, and I'm calling them out. Jesus said you're a bunch of whitewashed tombs, and inside you're full of rotten bones. You're like a dirty cup on the shelf. Outwardly you're clean, but inside you're all full of gunk, mold, and mildew. You guys are filthy. And you're politicians. That's why you're a politician, because you are many blood-sucking insects. That's politics. That's what you are. That's the only way I see you now. I've never seen you any other way, because none of you have proven that you are men and women of integrity. You lie, you cheat, and you take our money, and you think that we should be okay with it. It's time for us to stand up and fight, because you are the problem in the office. Newsom's got to go. Local officials, if you got Democratic local, get rid of them. You know, we got Biden, who might be president. He needs to go too, and Kamala Harris right along with him. You know, you got basement Biden, and you know, I slept my way to the top Harris. This is wrong. It's time to really kind of look at our government and say it's time to put it back where God meant it to be, and that's right here, buried in these words. May God bless you. May He keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you. May He give you peace today as you stand up and fight for what's right. Today, share this video with others. Share it with Ocasio-Cortez. I'm going to try to get it on her site. I doubt if I will. But anyway, I love you guys. Linda and I are praying for you. You have a blessed rest of this week. And I'm going to go and walk my dog and cool down, because my heart's broken and I just need some air, because I'm tired of all the gas that I'm hearing from the Luciferian left. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.